At the beginning of August, I discovered a lump in my breast and had to be scheduled for an ultrasound and a mammogram. The appointment was an hour drive, covered by my insurance through a third party medical transporter to Riverview, Florida. Mind you, I live in St. Pete. Upon arriving at Acumen, I had to show my ID and insurance card and was given documents to review and sign. I paid close attention to their method of securing payment to ensure it aligns with what my insurance covers and the benefits, and I initialed. They have an app where patients can receive their records and images digitally, but due to the nature of why I'm here, I had to receive mine another way, which we will get into shortly. I was shown to a dressing room where they had secure lockers with keys to store my belongings during my ultrasound and mammogram. I had already changed into my gown and was ready for my first ever mammogram at the age of 31. Due to HIPAA, I had to record before the ultrasound and mammogram, but this is what the room looked like. As a woman who has been a A-cup all my life, I was interested in how it was going to get done, but the mammogram technician was very gentle and understanding. She even offered me a warm blanket while I waited for the ultrasound technician to be ready for me. A couple of days later, I got a call and had to schedule to get an ultrasound with a biopsy, and I had to go back to Acumen to pick up a CD-ROM with a document explaining the suspicious findings, detailing why it needed to be biopsied. This was to be given to the ultrasound technician before starting the procedure. There wasn't a long wait. All of this occurred in August, and I was scheduled within 4 weeks to get a biopsy. Okay.
Right, you're all set? All right then, so I will put your armband on, and this probably is just these two little things. There we go. All right, and this is Cindy. She's one of the technicians that's going to take great care of you, okay? Did you want to go too?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a waiting room where you can.
Okay, she's going to guide you down there.
The procedure took over an hour because the doctor was having a hard time anchoring the mask to collect a specimen. I was so sore that I had to rest before recording. Later that evening, I was ready to record and end my daily vlog. I was a bit taken aback by the aftercare package that only consisted of a gauze and my aftercare instructions slash discharge papers. Although this was an outpatient procedure, I decided to use my PTO because, why not? I felt my experience was more mental and emotional pain, and I needed time to process what happened because the procedure was not explained in a way that would have prepared me for the days after when I had to return to my daily routine. Definitely experienced some phantom pains from the needle stretching my skin, as well as the local anesthesia really knocking me out the next day. I guess it takes my body a while to metabolize lidocaine. And honestly, I had to keep looking back into this aftercare package because I wasn't exactly sure how to care for my incision. I didn't exactly know what to do next, but I'm so glad my fam from the Modern Griot Corporation sent me this beautiful bouquet. I literally cried because this whole process makes me feel so alone, which is why from the day I found the mass in my breast, I knew that I wanted to record my experience. So the incision is, when I first showed the video, there was tape on the incision, but before they put the tape on, they actually put a derma glue because the incision was more like a hole. So this is how it looks now. It's still really healing for the most part. This is where they actually went in with the needle, this part right here. So I don't know if that's gonna fall off. This is my first time actually getting one of these procedures. But yeah, so hopefully as time goes on, this kind of like falls off. The glue has started peeling around the edges. I can't put anything on it, but I don't want to pick at it because I'm not exactly sure what that crust is around there. I don't know if that's healing, but overall it's really itchy. It's really itchy. It's not as sore anymore, but I can definitely still feel where the lump is. Yesterday it was really inflamed and I was experiencing like nerve pain, so my sciatic nerve, like my whole leg was really uncomfortable, and I was having itchiness. So I'm not exactly sure if that's kind of like the aftermath of the procedure. I was under local anesthesia for an hour. They had to administer lidocaine during that hour 4 times. During the procedure because they just could not anchor the mass so that they can pierce through it to get a specimen. This is really my first time talking about this. It was a very traumatic experience. I felt like the needle was going to pierce through my nipple, and there were times, like even after the procedure, they actually go through with another needle to tag the mass to let other doctors or specialists who are actually examining the mass know that it has already been biopsied. The sound of the biopsy machine was similar to a drilling. So when they actually insert the needle into the mass to collect a specimen, it's not like they're pulling anything. They actually press a button and it sounds like a ning. So annoying. And very traumatizing. And then they have to insert another needle in to tag the mass, which is, they said it was some type of nitro, like some type of, I guess it would be considered a metal, like, I don't even know how to describe it, but that part felt like I was getting stapled. So all of this is during while I was awake. So I don't know any women who have experienced finding a mass in their breast and have actually expressed and shared their experience. Not exactly sure what their experience was, but I wasn't expecting it to be a sensory overload. I was definitely overstimulated during the entire time, even though I couldn't feel anything. And then when the local anesthesia did wear off, I did feel a lot of pressure, a lot of pinching, and like I said, he had to do it 4 times in an hour, so obviously that was, the local anesthesia only lasted probably like 15 minutes after each dose. So I'm not exactly sure what the dosage was, didn't even ask. But yeah, it's really itchy. The swelling went down because I am on a very strict eating meal plan to help with the circulatory system, building my blood cells, red blood cells. So yeah.